Hello, fellow humans, and welcome to IPR's Game Room. My name is Michael, and today we'll be talking about Last Fleet, a science fiction role-playing game of action, intrigue, and drama, where it's up to you as the last of humanity to hold together and survive. Last Fleet is a high-pressure science fiction role-playing game powered by the apocalypse, and handles both large and small amounts of players fairly well, with the ability to create your own setting or play the setting written into the book, featuring players as the last survivors of the interplanetary Commonwealth escaping from an alien threat. The game was written by Joshua Fox, known for Flotsam and Lovecraft-esque, and published by Black Armada. It was funded through Kickstarter, being their third Kickstarted game, and made enough to have extra modules designed by renowned designers and writers in independent gaming to be added into the book. The gameplay follows the Powered by the Apocalypse system, and the book does go into depth of the rules and both teaches how to play and breaks down the game for beginners. That way both players and GMs can understand it quite well and simply, even with the new systems that it introduces. Last Fleet puts an emphasis on the GM putting pressure on the players' characters, their fleet, and humanity to push the characters to the breaking point unless they can keep the pressure under control, as they're constantly being tested under the weight of the doom clock and ever-dwindling resources causing more and more problems, with the players keeping track of not only their personal stats and relationships, but also the fleet track marking the momentum and attrition of their fleet. The character playbooks are a lot of fun though, and are based on the Western zodiac, such as Cancer or Leo, each taking the role of a crew member in the fleet. The game's setting is based around an alien intelligence called the Corax, creating doppelgangers to undermine the last vestiges of humanity as the interplanetary Commonwealth, and is packed with space battles, interfactional politics, and a struggle to hold together and escape extinction as resources grow scarce. But it also features an alternate setting for those wishing for more of a fantasy than a sci-fi setting, where the people of Promethea attempt to escape from Charon and the cold depths of Hades as the winged furies and fates herald their doom, riding on their flying cities rather than starships, and with technology powered by magic and the gods. Now, the game has 4 main objectives, with everything the player and the GM doing revolving around them, these being 1. Bring the characters, the fleet, and the war to life. 2. Focus the game on action, intrigue, and drama. 3. Engage the players around the table. And 4, to play and find out what happens, with an emphasis on pressure and, well, fun. The GM in particular is told to hold no mercy onto the players, making them care and giving them space for interpersonal drama, but also keeping the stakes high, consequences real and dire, while keeping all of the information transparent. As such, player characters can die, and everyone has their own agenda in Last Fleet as they become desperate for just about everything, as everything starts running out. But there are periods of rest and recovery as well. Other than the book itself, all you really need to play are some D6s, printed copies of the GM sheet and character sheets, maybe some of the printable reference sheets, your imagination, and a willingness to survive. The game itself has themes of intrigue and paranoia, with scary or unpleasant events to push the pressure ever onwards in between quieter periods of repose, and the military and state or religion can take a heavy hand in some of the games as conflict, violence, and death constantly cling to the characters and the fleet. And though the game can include intimate romances and more sexual encounters, this is by no means necessary and is of course up to the table and the player's consent. The Last Fleet clearly outlines the systems of lines and veils, so as the table can agree on what themes they're okay with and which they would prefer to avoid having described or avoid entirely for the sake of respect and so that everyone playing can have a fun time. However, as the game is rather dark and heavy in theme and tone, it might be daunting for a younger audience. If you're interested in keeping humanity together and joining the Last Fleet, you can always buy a copy of the book directly through our website as a PDF for print and play, and you'll receive this nice hardcover copy with vibrant and resplendent illustrations both inside and on the cover, small enough to fit nicely into your bag for transport and easy to find on the shelf. Thank you for watching, and please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out our social media through the links below. And for big fans of independent role-playing games, you can always join our newsletter. We only send out one email a month, and it includes all the necessary information and updates for the month, such as what's new, what's in stock, what conventions might be coming up, and anything we might be up to or think you might like. And remember, gamers, compassion is one of the things that keeps man ahead. And even as we make mistakes, we're human, and maybe that's the word that best describes us. So if we all work together, we can live long and prosper. I'll talk to you next time.